Lesson 6, Force Vibration Exercise from Learn Violin Fast, Book 2. Play with a loud sound and full bows to get the string to vibrate as much as possible. Make sure your bow is close to the bridge, in the high ear or the sounding point, and the left fingers are up and curved, not touching any open strings. When your left finger is in tune, the corresponding open strings will be forced to vibrate because the strings are interconnected through the bridge. When we play, the bridge actually moves and vibrates, and if the bridge's fundamental vibrations match those of open strings, the open strings will be forced to vibrate, even though the bow is not touching them. So we're going to watch and listen to the violin and the open strings. You can see and hear the force vibration. So when there's force vibration, you're playing in tune. In fewer words, how do we know when we play in tune? Is the violin tells us. There's what's called force vibration. So the beauty of the violin is that when we play with fingers, and most of the time we're going to play notes that we need to make the string shorter by pressing the fingers. When our fingers are in the right place, the other strings will be forced to vibrate. So I'm going to play, and we're going to listen to, so first we're going to play 1 on G, which is A. I know in the video is going to be hard to see, but I can actually see the open A and open E vibrating. I'm going to make sure that my hand is not touching the A or the E string. So if you have tapes, when you're on the tapes, what you can do is play light, nice and full bows and loud sound, and you should see the open A vibrate. And if you look very carefully and closely, the open E vibrates as well. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about math and why does that happen. So 1 on D is E, the open E should vibrate. 3 on D is a G, so open G should vibrate. When you play loud and your finger is not touching the open G, when you look at the string next to the third finger, the open G, you can see it vibrate quite intensely. You also can hear it. Then next we have 3 on A, which is a D, so open D should vibrate and ring. You should see it and you should hear it vibrating. And next we have a low 2 on G. Now we haven't really learned low 2s yet, but if you go from piece to squeeze, you put your finger between. So 1 on the first tape, 2 next to it, the note is G natural. So that low 2 on E, when your 1 is on the tape and your 2 is squeezed to it, the note is G natural. It should match up in G. Open G vibrate. And last but not least, in first position is A. So your third finger on the E string is high A because it matches open A. It vibrates. So how do we know when we're playing in tune? Well, the violin tells us. There's force vibration. Now, G, D, A, and E will be forced to vibrate, and we have 3 remaining letters. So for those, because we have the G, D, A, E, those we can usually tell. And as you progress and as you improve, you can kind of just hear that it sounds right. But for G, D, A, and E, you will know when it's in tune because there's force vibration. So if you play, as you get more advanced, with keys that have lots of sharps and flats, the reason they're difficult is number 1, we have to place our fingers where we're not used to. And number 2, there's no open strings for us to check force vibration. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about math and how all of this makes sense. Thank you for watching. Again, if you're enjoying these videos and you find them helpful, please like, please subscribe, please comment. Let me know if anything is confusing and I need to do a deep dive on any particular subject or part of this. But I hope this is making sense, that violin really is just not magic. It's all science. It's all math of how to produce a beautiful sound, how to produce and make accurate sound that sounds in tune. I'll see you in this lesson. Thanks for watching.